Welcome back to our second home learning video for maths for this week. So we're going to start off doing a little bit of the flashbacks, with warming our brains up, trying some of the questions that we've done before in year 4. Okay, so get ready, make sure you've got a pen or a pencil and some paper so you can get working. Okay, so these are the first questions I want you to have a go at to warm your brain up. 4 questions, and then remember there's a clock in the top corner there. See if you can tell the time on that clock. So pause the video now while you have a go at these, and then you can watch out for the answers to see how you got on. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. So the first one, what is 10 multiplied by 7? That was, of course, 70. Well done if you got that one. Number 2, work out 90 divided by 10. That was 9. Well done. Number 3, what is 7 multiplied by 1? Well, that's 7, because when you multiply by 1, you get the same as you started with. Find the perimeter of the rectangle. So if you've forgotten, perimeter is the distance around the outside edge of the rectangle. So if this is 12 and this is 3, that's 15. But we need to remember to add these two sides as well. Double 15, 30 centimetres. Okay, and then if you had a go at the time on the clock is 7:15. Well done if you got on well with those. Okay, so today we're going to have a look at negative numbers, the numbers which come before 0. Okay, so let's start learning about negative numbers. Can we count below 0? The numbers below 0 are called negative numbers. So we're used to counting forwards from 0 all the way up to 10 and beyond. But if we go below 0, there's some numbers here as well. These are the negative numbers. So if we were to count, can you count from 10 to negative 10? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. Negative numbers are written with a small minus, like a takeaway sign, in front of the number, like there, look, negative 9. So a little minus sign, little takeaway sign in front of that 9 tells you it's a negative number. Sometimes people call it -9 for that reason, but in maths we say -9. We don't call it minus, we call it -9 or negative whatever the number is. The numbers above the 0 are called positive integers, and the numbers below the 0 are what we call the negative integers, the negative numbers. Which of these numbers are negative integers? So you're going to have a look at some numbers in a minute. Can you work out which of them are negative numbers? Okay, so pause the video now while you have a little look at these numbers. Which of them are the negative numbers? Well done if you picked out -5, -11 and -9. Have a think about, where do we see negative numbers? What kind of places might we see negative numbers being used? Okay, so we're going to have a look at the frogs now, and they've lost some pieces of their number line. So can you work out the missing parts of the number lines? Which numbers are missing here on this number line? Good, we were missing -1, 4, and I think it was 8. Have a check. Okay, have a look at this number line. What we're missing, -2, 0, 1 and 5 would be the missing numbers this time. Okay, so look at one more. Can you work out which negative numbers are missing? So we're missing -4, we're missing 1, we're missing 4, and we're missing 8. Good. What you should notice is once you get to the negative numbers from 0, they seem to count the opposite way to what we're used to counting on a number line. So if you look carefully, closest to 0 is -1, but furthest away from 0 is -4. So when we're going backwards, it counts in the number order, but the bigger the digit, the smaller the number is in the negatives. Okay, so we're going to have a look at negative numbers now in a slightly different way. So rather than going in a horizontal number line, we're going to have a look at them in a vertical way. So we're using this idea of an office block here. The twinkle workers must enter their offices at the ground floor. So that's where the cars are there, look, at 0. Okay, so that's floor 0, that's the ground floor. As you go up the tower block, the floors get bigger. So in this tower block, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors above the ground. And below the ground, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors below the ground. Okay. So have a little look here. The numbers have been written on for you. So you can see 0 to 10 going above the ground there. But then as we're going down under the ground, -1, so -1 floor is the first floor under the ground, going all the way down to -10 floor. So it's the same idea as we looked at on before, but this time it's a vertical number line. So see if we can follow the clues to answer these questions. And you keep pausing the video in between so that you get time to answer the questions. So there's a cafe on floor 9. Iona is on floor -4. How many floors will she need to go up in the lift? So she starts at floor -4 and she goes all the way up to the cafe on -9. How many floors will she pass through in the lift? So remember, have a pause while you work it out. You can count them on the screen if you need to. See if you can work out how many floors she passes. Well done if you said 13 floors. So you can see them there in yellow. She'll go up 13 floors. Susie arrives at work and she travels down to floor -9. How many floors does she need to go to get back to the ground level? So she comes in at 0 on the ground level. She goes down to floor -9. How many floors will it take her to get back to the ground? Watch the lift going up there. You can see it will take her 9 floors. Well done if you got that one. Look at another one. Amina goes to a meeting on floor 6, then goes to the gym on floor -8. How many floors down does she travel? So she starts on floor 6 in her meeting and she goes down to floor -8. How many floors down will she travel? Let's have a look. Well done. She goes down 14 floors. Well done if you got that one. Okay, so can we work out where these visitors are? So remember that the floors go up to 10 from 0 and down to 10 from 0. So they haven't got the picture this time to help you, so you might want to draw a little number line on your paper if you're not sure. I arrived on the ground floor. I went up 4 floors and then down 8 floors and then up 3 floors. So you definitely need to pause the video this time while you try and work out where she ends up. Okay, so she went in the ground floor, she went up 4 floors, so she'll be on number 4. Then she went down 8 floors, so then she would have been on -4. And then she went up 3 floors from -4, so she would have been on floor -1. Well done if you got -1. Let's have a look at one more of these, quite tricky. Okay, I arrived on the ground floor. I went up 2 floors, then down 6 floors, and then down another 3 floors. So have a little pause, see if you can work out this one. Okay, so she started on floor 0, she went up 2 floors, so she'll have been on floor 2. Then she went down 6 floors, that would have taken her to -4. And then she went down another 3 floors, so she would have been on -7. Okay, so now it's your turn to have a go at some questions using negative numbers. 3 questions on here, write them down on your piece of paper, pause the video and try and work them out. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. So Tommy was counting backwards in 1 starting from 4. Write the first 5 numbers that Tommy will say. So well, he would do 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Anna is counting backwards in 2s starting from 4. Write the first 5 numbers she will say. So starting from 4, 4, 2, 0, and then she goes into the negatives, -2, -4. Alex is counting forwards in 3s starting from -4. Write the first 5 numbers Alex will say. So he starts at -4, but it's jumping forwards in 3, so then it would be on -1, 2, 5 and 8. Okay, this time you need to continue these sequences a little bit like we've just been doing. Can you work out what the counting pattern is? And then can you carry on and write the next 3 numbers for each one? Pause the video now while you have a go at these. Okay, so you can have a look at the answers there. 20, 15, 10, 5, 0 and -5. -10, -8, -6, -4, -2 and 0. That one was counting in 2s. C. -7, -5, -3, -1, 1, 3. Counting in 2s again. D. 7, 4, 1. And then -2, -5, -8. So that one was counting in 3s. And then E, something we worked on in the previous lesson, counting in 25s, 75, 50, 25, 0, and then it would be -25 and -50. Okay, a little bit of a problem to solve now involving temperature. Temperature is one of the places where we'd use negative numbers quite a lot. When it gets below 0, that's when it's below freezing point. So the temperature in London is 5 degrees. The temperature in Birmingham is 8 degrees warmer than London. So it was more, 8 degrees more than it was in London. What's the temperature in Birmingham going to be? And the second one, the temperature in Manchester is 8 degrees colder than London. So that's 8 degrees less than it was in London. Go back 8. What's the temperature going to be in Manchester? So pause the video now while you work these out. Okay, let's check our answers. So in Birmingham, the temperature would have been 13 because we started at 5 and we went forwards, warmer, 8. 8 more than 5 is 13. And then the second one, it was 8 degrees colder than London. So we started at 5, but we had to go back 8. That would take us to -3 for that one. Okay, so you can have a little go now at some of your own little challenges or questions that you might want to do. So I've put a number line on here, a negative number line going all the way from -20 to +20. You can use this number line now to set yourself your own questions, a little bit like the ones we've just been doing, or maybe for a family member, have a little go using that. And then if you do want a bit more practice, you could have a go at trying top marks. Now we've been on top marks before, but I'll show you again how to find it in case you've forgotten or you haven't didn't have a try last time. These are the ones in the ordering and sequencing numbers section that are really good to have a go at. So the Chinese dragon game, coconut ordering, caterpillar ordering, and there's a game called negative numbers, but that one is a little bit of a challenge if you want to challenge yourself. Some of the numbers are quite big in that one. Okay, so if you pause the video here and have a little go at some of these, then you'll know which ones to do. If you want to remind yourself how to find top marks, keep on watching and I'll show you how to find top marks now. Okay, so you open up your search engine, I'm using Google, type in top marks maths, find the top marks maths games, and remember we need to be in the 7 to 11 age group, and we're in the ordering and sequencing numbers games. So if you remember from the video, there were these ones that you could choose from: caterpillar ordering, coconut ordering. Both of those you can choose negative numbers with to have a practice. Keep going down. There's one here called Chinese dragon game. I'm going to show you that one in a minute. And this one is the challenge near to the bottom called negative numbers. Okay, so you can have a go at that one as well. Any of those would be really good. So I'm going to do the Chinese dragon game. I'm going to play on ordering. And this is where, like on all the other games, you need to choose carefully what we want to do. Well, we want the negative numbers. So I'm going to do negative 10 to positive 10. Click on that one, and then I've got to put the body back in the right order for the dragon. Okay, so negative 10 is the smallest. Having a look here, negative 6 must be the next body part of the dragon. And then as the numbers are getting bigger, I'll have 2, and then I'll have 6, and then I'll have 9. Okay, I can check if I was right. And I was, okay? So I can keep going now and playing that game. Remember, if I want to go back, I can just choose to carry on playing that game, or I can choose any of those other games. So remember, these are the ones that you can choose from: Chinese dragon game, caterpillar ordering, coconut ordering, or the negative numbers challenge. Okay, so I'd love to see some of your work. Please make sure you keep working really hard, sending it to me by email, and I'll try and write back to you. Okay, for now, bye for now. See you tomorrow.